Hello everybody, this is Dragoon1140 here, bringing you the next Let's Talk. This time we are talking about elements again. Now, this for the news video will be particularly about entropy. Entropy, in essence, is randomness, as says by the description. In any card creation, you want to make sure the card is just random. Not necessarily as random as possible, but you want to make sure that it has that sense of fun and luck, that you need to rely on the RNG to do good. Anyway, as always, take out your other cards. Wow, glitchy. Take out all the death cards. Sell all of that, as always. Go to Entropy and buy 3 more Abominations. The deck we're going to be making this time is what's called a mutation deck, and this is my variation of it, of course. I like this variation that I'm going to make because it's just as simple and as streamlined as possible. Instead of taking out your Bone Pillars, take out your Dragon, your Dissipation Shield, and your Maxwell's Demon. After you sell all that, go back to Entropy and buy 3 more Mutations. Now sell your 2 Lycanthropes, your 1 more Chaos Seed. Now go to Light and buy as many Photons as you can. Once you start putting all the Photons in, sell as many Bone Pillars as you can. The Photons are in this deck for mutation fodder. That is what they're there for. They're not meant for damage, they're not meant for killing things, they're just meant for, you know, blowing stuff up. Or to make powerful mutations. What a mutation is, and I'll explain this more in game, is that it morphs it into a random creature or kills it. It really is up to chance. Anyway, once you make sure you gotta sell all the entropy cards except for pillars. So what you end up with is 12 amethyst pillars, which is, it produces entropy, 6 abominations, 6 mutations, 6 photons. What you do is you play the photons, you mutate the photons into a random creature or an abomination, or kills it, I'll explain it more. Or you just play an abomination for damage. Of course, and mark of entropy, so we just go to a level 1, level 0 if you want to complete the level 0 quest. Alright, start out with a decent hand. Now, don't play your photons immediately unless you know for sure it has no creature control. You need those photons there in the first place. Now, perfect. Okay, what a mutation does, again, it mutates the creature into an abomination, it kills it, or turns into something weird, and what that something weird is hopefully what will happen. Target the photon, and it turns into an abomination. An abomination is just a 5/5 vanilla creature. We even have them in our deck. That's the main focus of this deck. Now, that has a 50% chance of happening, 25% chance of it killing it, and 25% chance of it morphing into a weird creature. We mutation the other photon, another abomination. What a super mutant, as it's called, is what the something weird is. It is just a random creature in the game, with the exception of a few exceptions based on balance. Just a random creature. It has random stats, and it has a random ability always. So, for instance, you know the ability Growth, that's normally only on Forest, Specters, and Lava Destroyers. Well, actually, with the super mutations, you can end up with a Growth with a, say, Aether creature or an Entropy creature. It's crazy what the possibilities are. Mutation can also be used as creature control. So if your opponent has a dragon or anything, just mutate that, and worst comes to worst, it'll turn into a 5/5 creature. I'll mutate my own abomination again, and here's a super mutant. In this case, not very powerful, but still. We ended up with a 4/5 dragonfly, and normally it is only 1/2, so this is an awesome deal. It has the ability of 1 air for growth, as I talked about earlier. So if I had the Quanta, and I can add Novas to my deck to fuel it, for instance, you can use the ability Growth, which is an amazing opportunity. You can end up with such powerful decks. And you just saw how fast that was. That was pretty fast. So, sorry for such a short video. This is just one of the best decks you can make for Entropy, and one of the funnest too. There's also a creature called, and I'll show you this in about half a second, called Fallen Elf, which has the mutation as an ability. It takes 1 life quanta, and you can mutate all you want. Now, once you receive a score of 500 and 1500 Electrum, you can upgrade mutation. What mutation turns into upgraded is there's no chance for an abomination, and there's no chance of it dying. It always turns into a super mutant, and this is an amazing opportunity to mutate photons or sparks or any free creature. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed that, and have fun!